Hello again, this is Maggie. I am back. It is the same day, but just later in the day. I am feeling some better. I took some medicine, which I'm hoping will help me even more. So let's see what we can get done on this. Maybe in 45 minutes. I don't want to go too long. But then I don't want this spread out over too many days either. Okay, so while I was off camera, I did go ahead and fold up my edges. I put some double-sided tape down. I also cut the panels to cover the spine and the front and the back. Now, then once we do that, after we do that and we get our pages in, we can start deciding what we would like to put down for decorative paper. Well, we could actually start doing that before then, but I do have my pages. I had to trim them down to 8 inches, and they had to be scored at 1/2 inch and 6 inches. And when folded, well, I have one that's folded right here. When folded, it will look like this, 1/2 inch and 6 inches. And I'll put it on the spine like this. This will fold over, making sure that the edges line up. And then this will be one page. Okay, so this paper is 8 by 11, scored at 1/2 inch and 6 inches. All right, so let's get our cover on here. Get our cover covered. So this video will go up Saturday morning. And I hope that you are all doing well, having a blessed and productive day, or just a relaxing day, whatever you might be doing. Just enjoy the day. Sometimes that's not easy to do. Life gets in the way, and we have to deal with it. It's just part of adulting. And so we deal with it, but even in that, we can still have a good day. We're going to be thankful for what God has blessed us with. I try to start each day with a grateful heart and a prayer, thanking God for what I have, not what I don't have. If you're familiar with the Lord's Prayer, then you know, and there, part of it is give me this day, give us this day our daily bread. And in that, in praying that, we are trusting God to meet our needs. So we don't really have to worry too much. We take a lot on ourselves sometimes, and we worry, and can't do anything about it, really. Okay, now I really do not want to put corner protectors on here, but I will if these corners don't do right by me. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here. I need to refill this in the worst way. Okay, a little bit of glue there, a little bit of glue there. Same thing over here. And I did take my little scoring tool, and I'm going to do it again. Just make sure that these corners are pressed in. And we'll take our tape off. We're backing off and press this down. That doesn't look too bad. And we'll do the same thing on this end. because this is thicker paper, again, this particular cardstock I believe is 110 pounds, and I buy it on Amazon. And I really do like it. And like I said in the previous video, I primarily just use it for fussy cuts that I want to have to be a bit more substantial. Corners are tucked in the best I can get them. Be a problem there. Okay, so now we have our cover. This is heavy cardstock, so we want to be careful when we bend it. Okay, so this is mostly our base. Okay, now we're going to put we're going to cover this. First we will use cover the spine. So like I said, I need to change the blade of my trimmer because it's just even this cardstock, it's leaving some rough edges. Okay, and where I had to patch this, I'm going to make that the back, so it won't be as noticeable if it's noticeable at all. When I put the decorative paper on, there's going to be about a 1/4 inch border, so this extra seam will show right there, but I think it'll be just fine. So we're going to glue this down on there. Be able to use that. Let me get my Elmer's glue. There's a little bit more in there. I think the Elmer's glue and the PVC work about the same, to be honest. That's my opinion anyway. And I could be very wrong, but so today is Friday. My daughter and her husband were going to take the baby downtown today, Houston, to see this exhibit of elephants that's touring the world, actually. And but they decided to go tomorrow. Instead, they've been trying to go all week. They're just anxious to see. I know she's really young. She's only three months, almost 4 months. I know she's really young, but her reactions to things are just so amazing when she sees something new. Her little eyes just get, I'm literally as big as saucers. I've never seen a baby with such great big googly eyes when she is trying to figure something out. And my daughter's been showing her some videos of elephants, and so she'll maybe make a connection. You know, we don't really know how many synapses are actually firing to make those connections, but it begins by exposing babies to new things. And I have a feeling she'll enjoy it as much as a 3-month-old can. I know my daughter and her husband will enjoy watching her reaction. They asked me to go with them, but I I just haven't felt up to it. I've got some issues with one of my hips, and well, actually I've got bursitis in both of my hips and have had it for many, many years. And yeah, I just like to kind of get down here in the crease where my spine edge is. See if I can get some ink, some glue down in there. But anyway, I've had issues with it for many years, and I'm due to go in for a steroid, you know, a cortisone injection, but not for, my appointment's not for about another week and a half. And, you know, a couple of days after I have the injection, things do start feeling better. Okay. I think we're okay there. Glue in here. Actually, I see this isn't straight, so it needs to come up just a tad. Sometimes the Elmer's glue, when you put it down and it it grabs hold, it just will not let loose. And I'm hoping I can just lift this up. If not, I've got some extra pieces over here. I can just cut another piece, but I do want to move this up a little bit. And I think I'm actually going to use my Fabri-Tac for this because it took a little bit out here and there, but okay. I'm just going to use some Fabri-Tac. I'm going to make sure that this is glued down properly. I didn't get this on there quite straight. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm just growing slowly, but that's okay. Like I said, I did not go into this with any expectations. I'm just enjoying making I really am enjoying making the videos. I know I probably can use, I know I can use a lot of improvement, and I'm trying to do that as I go along. So I hope you join me. You know, please subscribe and like, leave a comment. I love to read the comments. And right now I don't have very many, so I'm able to respond to most all of them. If you do leave a comment, I miss it for some reason, I am so sorry. I apologize for that. All right. So there, that's down. I'm not trying to rough this up, I'm just trying to shave some of these edges off of here. line this up the best that I can. And like I told you, it doesn't seem to matter how accurate I try to be. They always seem to come out slightly different sizes. So I just make the best of it. There are so many creators out there on YouTube that have such great ideas and make such beautiful things. I enjoy watching them and getting inspiration from them. You know, even if we see somebody do something that we really like and we didn't come up with that original idea, when you take and that idea or that piece of ephemera and you do it yourself, it's going to come out your way and it becomes yours then. The original idea, of course, or the original inspiration should go to the person that actually came up with that idea as an original idea. But when we take things and we take that inspiration, and because it's a gift, and that's why they do what they do, and we make something out of that, we make it our own, which is what's so fun and so interesting. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry a little bit, let the glue dry a little bit before I try to fold this anymore. That's going to need to be tacked down. Okay, so I'm going to let it dry before I try to fold it. Now here are pages. Like I said, I have 6 of them, and I scored them. I cut them down to 11 inches from 11 and a half. And I scored them at 1/2 inch. Let's give this a nice press down. And I scored them at 5.5 inches, or 6 inches. Score at 1/2 inch and then 6 inches. And see, this does want to crack, so I need to be a little bit more careful. It's kind of confusing to me why the better cardstock, the heavier, more expensive cardstock, cracks so easily. I don't quite, it seems like it should be hardier, more hardy than that, but I guess because it is thicker, the fibers do break down in it and can cause the cracking. The scoring is supposed to help it though, so that it doesn't come as such a shock when we fold it. So see, when this is folded, this is the hinge that goes in on the journal spine, on the album spine, and then this opens, so you have one piece of the page that's narrower than the other. And I'm not paying any mind to how I'm folding these so they're straight. So that is important. got 6 of these. I have my glasses on. I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage because my left eye is still really irritated. Okay, so I can finish folding these off camera. Let's see if we can fold this now. Okay, I've got a couple places where this needs to be tacked down. This needs to be tacked down here in both of these corners. Well, this is a difference that I see between the Elmer's glue and the PVC. The Elmer's glue does tend to get clogged up in there a little bit sometimes. So let's put that down. We're good. All right, so when you lay these pages down, you want to line them up. Well, line them up to the edge of the spine. And then the next one, once that's glued down, or you can use double-sided tape. You can use whatever you like to use. This will butt up right next to that, and you'll place it there. And so forth. So I believe I'm going to try to do the first 2. And that should take us pretty close to half an hour, and I'm going to get off, and off camera I will add all the pages, finish adding the pages, and then in the next video we will start decorating, which is really the fun part. I guess I'll do this either way here. I'll start back here. Go. Get this in here nice and straight. And one thing I have learned is I just lay my pieces down easy until I know they're where I want them to be, and then I burnish them down. I don't burnish them right away. I think that's in there straight. Where did my glue go? Back here. Alright. I'm going to put the next one down. And again, we butt it right, line it right up with the last one that we did. And when we do our decorating, we can come and put some little strips of decorative paper down here, or you can just leave it white. It's entirely up to you what you prefer. Everybody does kind of their own take on it, which is good. That's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, I have 3 folded, so I'm going to put the 3rd one in. I feel like I'm doing surgery or something. Sometimes it feels like that. I've never done surgery, of course. I was a nurse. I still consider myself a nurse. I went to a lot of surgeries. I attended a lot of surgeries, and I attended many, many C-sections. So I do understand what goes on in the surgical suite very well. Alright, so let's try to put this one down again. I'm going to put it right up and try to line it up top to bottom with the one that was before it. Okay, so there we go. We have our first 3 pages installed. And so it's looking something like this. Now off camera, I'll go ahead and put in the other 3 pages just like I did these 3. And then when I come back, we'll have the pages installed and we will be ready to start laying down our decorative paper and start decorating it. And I see this is not perfectly straight, but oh well, it'll be okay. No one will notice once all the pretty papers are in here. All right, everybody, you have a good rest of your day. When I see you again, I should be feeling much, much better. And thank you again for stopping by to watch. Please have a good rest of your day and be blessed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.